Simple, delicious dinners without a lot of fuss? Count me in. 3 proteins, a myriad of vegetables and starches, and a single sheet tray.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal does not have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes for under $2 a plate.
Hey guys, today we've got a secret weapon. It's the sheet tray. We can make 3 different things on this sheet tray. It's gonna be done all at once. There's gonna be minimal cleanup. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be nutritious. Let's do it. We are gonna start the sheet tray extravaganza with Mongolian beef. Now I think if you go for skirt steak for something like this, it's gonna be a win. It cooks really, really quickly because it's so thin, and it doesn't dry out because it's got a lot of fat and nice connective tissue, which by the way, gives it a lovely textural bite. This is one of my favorites at any price point, it's true. But you do need to cut it a certain way. I like to make it short this way. And then you can kind of see how the fibers go this way. You want to cut against them. Perpendicular. Skirt steak into bowl. Now you got to make sure you work with a clean hand. All right, come in with some salt, pepper, and we're gonna finish with some cornstarch. This is gonna give us a crispy outside of the steak, and it's also gonna thicken all the drippings that fall to the vegetables below, giving a nice velvety sauce. Cornstarch, and mix. Okay, that's nice. Here's the most important thing about the vegetables in the pan. You have to cut them to the size that matches the cooking time of the protein. And since the skirt steak cooks in like 25 minutes, you're gonna want pretty small pieces of butternut squash. Otherwise, you're gonna have cooked steak and raw vegetables, and that's no good. 1/2 inch. Butternut squash is done. Now, any sheet tray will do. You just gotta make sure it has 4 sides. If we put it on this side, our sauce is gonna get lost. So 4 sides to hold everything in. Butternut squash in. Wow, look at the side of the pan doing its job, holding everything inside. All right, I also have some green beans here. It's gonna be really nice. Green beans, a little bit of oil, some salt, some pepper. Now we're gonna make our savory brown sauce. If you've ever had Mongolian beef before, you've had something similar to this. It's really easy to make, check it out. Garlic, ginger, canola oil, soy sauce. We've got the spicy from the garlic and the ginger. Gotta get that sweet. 2 packets of sugar, some red pepper flakes for a little heat. Tray back, let's get some beef. Spread it all apart, baby. Okay, we've got this skirt steak. It's covered in starch. Also, the cornstarch is gonna help keep this all together and thicken. We're gonna pop this in the oven now, and everything is gonna finish at the same time. That means that I'm saving time cooking. This smells really awesome. If you just wanna like add the icing on the cake, then you should add the sesames on the beef. Oh yeah. Talk about how soft this is. It's a piece of beef.
Juicy.
This is a flavor bomb that came in on a sheet tray. The sugar, the soy sauce, those hot peppers, ginger and garlic, they just cover everything. And when I talk about everything, I'm talking about the starch, the vegetable, and the protein, because this is a balanced plate. And it's only $1.98. Why don't we make another one? It is time for sheet tray salmon with asparagus and sweet potato. Let's do this. Asparagus! If you get something that's in season, it's gonna cost you a lot less money. That is the pro tip. Sweet potato. Cut smaller than you think. I'd rather have a vegetable overcooked than not cooked at all, because all that happens is the natural sugars come out from the inside and caramelize it. That makes it sweet and delicious. Sweet potato goes in. Look at these two together. It's like they were meant to be. It's time to make our sauce. Melted butter, packet drawer mustard, packet drawer maple syrup, a little bit of garlic powder, salt, pepper, struggle whisk. This sauce is going to make the salmon and the vegetables taste great. And it's basically free because 99% of it came from the packet drawer. Beauteous. We've got our vegetables. This is what I like to call the salmon nestling technique. Take your 2 palms, drop salmon. Boom, boom. There are many types of salmon. Just go for the least expensive one with the highest fat content. That'll make sure that you have something that isn't dry. Just free flavor. A quick wash of the hands, and then this bad boy goes right into the oven. Look at this. It's beautiful. I'm just like amazed at the we've been making at these price points. Let's try it. I'm gonna go vegetables on the bottom, That's a pretty good looking plate right there. A little bit of black pepper. This is only $1.99. It's totally possible to eat fresh fish on a budget. Our sheet tray method gave us something hearty underneath in the form of seasonal vegetables. You do not have to use the ones that I used. You should use the ones that are local and seasonal to you now, because they don't have to ship them far. That reduces shipment cost and reduces overall cost. Plus, the stuff is more nutritious. Oh, look at how it just flakes off like that. Oh, big bite. Mmm. The packet drawer mustard and maple syrup sauce is delicious. It makes the salmon taste like a more expensive one. Why don't we make another dish? All three of our sheet trays have been proteins with vegetables, and now it's time for tofu and vegetables. All right, here's tofu. There's no reason to be afraid of this. Tofu is a totally affordable protein, and it's really good at absorbing the flavors around it, but only if you get the water out of the tofu. So you need to create a little pressure system here. It's like squeezing the water out of a sponge and then putting the sponge in something flavorful. So let's put something heavy on top of it, like our piggy bank. Boom. How about a bell pepper? We got some rice here. We're sprinkling the rice. Frankie, you're cooking rice on a sheet tray in an oven? Yeah, I am. It works. Don't you want the rice to absorb all the flavors? It's a lot like a sponge also. Drop the stock. Whoa, 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 whoa. Close the refrigerator. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what that music sounds like to me. Here come our peppers. I only use the freshest peppers because I give a sheet. And we have some broccoli flowers. This is just a wonderful match. Nice, look, this paper towel is completely soaked. We pushed a lot of water out of it. What does that mean? It means that the tofu will absorb the flavors of the sheet tray. That's a win for everyone. Some cubes. The storm is coming. If you don't cover it, the stock is gonna evaporate before the rice is cooked, and that's not good. Uncooked rice, not delicious. The only advice I would bestow now is just to keep in mind that there is liquid in the sheet tray. The walls are not very high, so try your very best to keep this level. Into the oven. Strugglers, listen, there's only a little bit of time left on our sheet tray tofu. We must make a sauce so that we can add even more flavor to the dish. We are gonna start with some tomato paste. I've always been a fan of the tomato paste in the tube. You can use it as you see fit. If you buy it in the can, it's one time and done. That's no good. We're gonna add some balsamic vinegar here. A little bit of toasted sesame oil, a little bit of cornstarch to thicken out the whole sauce. Ginger, garlic, packet drawer red pepper, 2 packet drawer sugars, 2 packet drawer soy sauces. Mix it up. Boom, boom, boom. Beauteous. All right, here's our sheet tray rice, tofu and veg. Peel that back like a can of sardines. The tofu has absorbed flavor. You can see the color has darkened a little bit. That's from the stock. That whole sponge analogy wasn't hocus pocus. It's the real thing. But guess what? We can add even more flavor. All of this is flavor absorbing stuff. That's why we got the sauce. Zig and zag. All right, fluff up that rice a little bit. It's been sitting in the same position for a while. How can we make this even better, you ask? How about some toasted cashews or peanuts or walnuts, whatever you got. Cashews are a really good idea though. Sprinkle that around. Give you some protein, get a little more savoriness in there, and some fresh scallions. This adds a zing, this adds something new, this adds some freshness. Tofu, rice, and veg. Strugglers, this is $2 a serving. It feeds 4. It holds in the fridge well. It is made from delicious fresh vegetables. And tofu, this bizarre and previously scary thing. What is it? Let's say it together. It's a sponge! That's right, and it absorbs all the flavors that you bestow upon it. And that is a delicious thing. Robust! We just cooked rice in a sheet tray and it totally works. Fundamentally, the sheet tray dinner is about 3 things: a protein, a starch, and a vegetable. Feel free to swap out any of those 3 to your heart's desire. The point I'm trying to make is even though our wallets are not full of possibilities, the sheet tray has endless possibilities. I give a sheet. You should too.